Making lives work.
Making lives work.
All right.
Here it is!
Together we make lives work.
Making lives work. All you're doing is you're brushing that tea out of the grass. Nice, Bill.
I look back and I just think how lucky I am.
Former stroke patient and now survivor Bill Holmberg hasn't given up everything he used to do.
Well, it just makes me feel good to be able to get back out, participate back in the sport that I was doing before.
He's still a golfer, a hunter, a jogger, and much more.
How far did you run today?
Oh, 2 miles.
He's the man physical therapist at the Courage Kenny Rehabilitation Institute call Mr. 110%.
Mr. 110%.
Most people never reach their full potential.
Rest.
And the biggest reason is it's the individual, it's the patient.
That's way better.
All right.
Nicely done.
Bill was 47, a high-powered executive who had lived and worked in Brazil when a stroke changed his life. It happened as he was driving to meet a client for his new startup company.
I was kind of feeling weird, and my body was almost like my body was going to sleep. You know, what the story was is I had a hemorrhagic stroke, a brain hemorrhage.
He was just speaking gibberish. There was nothing normal was coming out of his mouth. That initial time of seeing Bill was really overwhelming. It was just really hard to see him look the way he looked. He just wasn't Bill.
He did everything. He traveled the world, he did everything, and now he's laying here in a bed making no sense. What's going to happen to him? What are we going to do? What's going to happen to him? Mm-hmm. I just kept thinking his life is over.
I'd be sitting in the bed, and this arm would just be sitting on my lap, and I'd pick it up like this, and it would fall down. And I'd just pick it up, and it would fall down. I remember thinking, what a wasted life I have. I'm going to be a burden for somebody. My brother's family, my sister's family, my folks. I'm going to be a terrible burden for somebody. Maybe it would be better if I just, one of these nights I fell asleep and didn't wake up. I actually thought that.
Bill experienced paralysis of the right side. He couldn't walk or use his right hand. He had double vision and cognitive impairment. But Bill's therapist at Courage Kenny encouraged him, saying it's going to get better.
All of a sudden something moved. Might have been my leg, it might have been my arm, and I got all excited. I saw her really working hard, and I started to see some progress.
Bill used every opportunity to exercise.
My movement got better, but I was still in a wheelchair.
And in the very beginning, his head was way over like this.
It was just crazy.
There was a lot of walking with him.
So here's a guy in his mid-40s having to go home and live underneath the roof of his parents. Who wants to do that? God bless my parents for taking me in.
It's like it's getting pulled to the right.
Bill was determined to regain his independence.
Push, push, push.
I think it makes a huge difference. I don't think I would be able to do anything near. I think I would be, walking still with a cane, kind of curled in, if I wasn't constantly doing these exercises. It's a lot of work, but it pays off.
He also joined Courage Kenny's Adaptive Sports and Recreation program.
Just being out on the golf course or being involved in any sports program, when you're working on balance, you're working on social interaction, but you don't have to think about it. And a lot of times people say, this is the first time I felt normal.
Be there.
Today, Bill lives independently and has a new outlook on life.
I would say Bill, has that spirit that is, it's not that he, can he do it, it's that, he's gonna do it.
The biggest challenge for me is remembering to do things. I mean, the mind's not working as good as it used to.
Bill works part-time for his own company as a consultant. His life is full and active. He encourages individuals who experience a stroke to reach for their potential too.
Stay focused on the positive. Stay focused on what you do have. And don't give up, because things can get better and things will get better. And a lot of it is going to be driven by you. How hard do you want to work to get better? Making lives work.